All right. Everybody's always trying to predict lows and highs, whether it's a day session low or high or a swing low or high. Too often people just use a level that they have and they say, okay, it gets down to 65 or 68. I'm looking for that to be the low. And they fail to have the skill set because they fail to have the tool to qualify that being a bottom. And who cares if it's temporarily a bottom? You got to get good. Everything is temporary at first. You got to get good at calling temporary lows before it ends up being maybe the low of the day or the low long enough to play it from the right side. So what we had was a pretty weak market today and a couple clues that down in here, I think it was 75. I mean, was going to be a little bit of a jump like it had, but predict it and not have it seem or be random when it comes together. What are the tools? First tool, it was a really big, long puke. You could see that in that hollow green bar, and then your eyes should move up to the 8-hour to give you a sense of, wait a second, it's probably the biggest long puke of the session up to that point. Remember, when longs puke, that's longs that are getting stopped out. And when longs get stopped out, just think of yourself, you're no longer long, are you? And if you're no longer long, you no longer have a sell order above the market. You were long to try to get out higher for a profit. Well, when you get stopped out of a long, guess what happens to that resting sell order above? It gets canceled. Literally or figuratively, you're no longer a seller below because you were a seller in that area. We know that by identifying sell market orders that originated as stops, sell stops, which we conclude that most people use sell stops to exit long positions. And so if a sell stop was identified, then it's pretty easy to conclude that longs puked. That's why we show it green. Another thing happened. You had a big buildup of short positions, new shorts. If you follow me long enough, you know shorts turn into buyers. Just think about yourself. When you open up a short position, what are you looking to do to cover it? You're looking to buy it. You're looking to hopefully buy it lower to make it a profitable trade, but you're still a buyer to cover that short position. Too many shorts, too many buyers. Too many buyers, price has a tough time going down. So we get the combination before the pop of those two things. Longs puke and a bunch of shorts come in. And there was a third clue, and it was a big sell order of 130 contracts, which over 100 in the S&P minis is generally pretty big. It's even bigger on faster, more volatile days where the book is thinner to begin with. And so when a big sell market order comes in, price should go down at least a little bit. Well, this SOB jumps up. So a big punch in the face, and the guy doesn't even flinch. The market's price didn't even flinch. You start to see that in here instead of having to wait all the way up there. So 3 things. Number 1, longs puke, less longs, less sellers. Shorts enter, more shorts, more buyers. Punch in the face, absorption of a big sell market order, and they laugh at them. When you see these things and understand you're looking for them ahead of time, it's not hard to get out of a short if you're short, or to get long if you're looking at this as being an area you think is support anyways. And so when I began this highlight, most people just use a level to predict a bottom or a low or a swing low. But you got to qualify that level. And then new levels are always surfacing, the good ones, based on examining other people's positions, whether they're closing a position, in this case, a long position, opening up a new position, getting short, and then the flow of a big sell market, not just a sell market order, but a pretty big one. And what does the market do in relation? What does the price do in relationship to the order? It's that dance between, if you're watching two people dance, one person's price, the other person's a big sell or buy order. How are they how's that dance? Did he drop her? It's a sell market order. It's like the guy dropped her. There's a little clue there that they're not dancing well together. And that's this clue of this purple box rectangle down here coming in, selling it hard, and the price just jumps above it. Same thing happened here, only the opposite. Big buy order gets underneath it. There's some more downside. So when you're trying to predict anything, if it's always random, you're never going to be consistent. And you could see that bounce out of the hole was predictable, and it did climb quite a bit before it retested it.